they're all noble and you know. So there is a difference. Perfection does exist, good does exist, and evil, all evil wants to do is prove it wrong. Evil already chose the wrong choice. Evil is already the corrupt, it's already the bitter, it's already the sad, it's already the angry, it's already, I got a problem with you. Evil is already corrupted. Evil does not come on itself. You see, God, He is perfect. Remember, that's the theme, He is perfect. But God is the God of creation, He's the God of existence. Nothing exists apart from Him. So you don't even have your point of view apart from God creating existence. Hence, without Him there is nothing. There's not even nothing to be nothing. Down, there's a left, there's a right. When there is a black, there's a white. When there's a light, there is darkness. When there is a right way to go, there is a wrong way to go. When there is a door by which you can enter, there are places by which you cannot enter. When there is a spoon to eat noodles, there's another spoon, well, there's a spoon not to eat noodles with. So a right way creates a wrong way. God made everything good, and by making things good, there came the ability for it to be bad. You know, He made it good where two lions can mate and have baby lions, but that was good. But you can make that bad. Go grab a bear and a lion and tell them to mate. Ooh, make them mate. No, that's evil. That's a corruption of something good. So this God of existence, He created good, and when evil has shown its ugly face, all evil wants to do is corrupt it, twist it, everything good, twist it. No, well that can't be. You know, it doubts, it has no faith, it doubts. No, I doubt that. Well, God has made this perfect system. Remember how I said, even when evil comes, it works for the good of those who love the Lord? Well, likewise, you can doubt. When doubt comes and shows its ugly face, you can doubt your doubts and have faith in God right back again. When a doubt comes, dang, I doubt God will do that. But you know what? I'm going to doubt that doubt, and I'm going to have faith in God. It's a perfect system. It's like life and death. Well, we don't want to be morbid. We want to represent life. Well, Jesus says the way to represent life is to die. You want to live? Die. You want to keep your life? Lose it. You want to be rich? Give away your stuff. See, He has this backward system. It's perfect, and it's not insane. Things come from it. What He promises you will reap, that's what you reap. It's a sowing and reaping system. And if you sow death, you'll reap life. If it's your flesh that you're crucifying. Likewise, people say, well, you're walking in rebellion. You're rebellion. Well, if you want to align yourself with the authority of God, you have to rebel. You have to rebel against the world. You have to rebel against the sin nature. You have to rebel against the flesh nature. You got to rebel against the wives' tales of the world. All these stupid cliches that are in your head have to be broken. You have to rebel against that very system that you live by. You have to rebel against what your parents have taught you. You have to rebel against what your friends say. You have to rebel against what you say. You have to rebel against all that stuff. And Jesus gave a good example of how to rebel against that by rebelling against the traditions of the Pharisees. And they said, hey, your disciples don't do what the traditions say. And what did Jesus say? Jesus said, well, you guys like to break the commandments to do what your traditions say. You put your traditions over the commandments. You know, God says honor your mother and father, and you say, you know, if the tradition says this, you don't have to honor them that way. So, you see what I'm saying? It's a perfect system. So, that's what evil does. It just wants to corrupt everything good. Evil is not some pure thing. Pure evil. I'm a monster. Oh. You ever look at some monsters and say, dang, that monster's kind of cute, you know? It kind of looks like a lion. It kind of looks cool, you know? Or, hey, look at that monster. That monster looks like a human. He kind of looks cool. Or look at that monster. Well, that's an ugly monster. But that monster kind of looks cool. Well, you want to know why monsters, you know, the concept of monsters many of them tend to look normal. It's because all a monster is, all evil is corruption of good. It's something good corrupted. You know, like something evil could be a little girl that looks cute and then she turns to a monster. Well, that's the thing. It's a corruption of something good. Evil in itself, there is no pure evil. There is no pure evil. Well, there is a pure evil, I guess. But pure evil, to define it, it's not something that is of equal value of pure good, of God, the Alpha and Omega. There is no evil Alpha and evil Omega. You see, evil is just the corruption of good. So, with the corruption of good existing, you know, it's God is going to put a lasso on that, put it into it. Now we live this life many times, you know, judging God as if we know what perfect is, and God's not perfect. If he was perfect, why did this mess up? Why did that mess up? If he's perfect, blah 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 blah. Well, renew your mind to who God is. Number one, if God is, who are you to even tell to criticize him? Don't criticize him like a fool. You're a fool for criticizing the perfect, true, and living God. And there's no way around that. You're an idiot. You don't even exist apart from him creating existence. So shut up. And that's just being blunt. But if you look at it with a sound mind, then you would say, well, I'd like to have insight on that. God, why does this stuff happen? And you would come to find out that living life is solving problems. Are you hungry? That's a problem. Solve it. Do you want this? That's a problem. Solve it. Do you want to have kids? That's a problem. Solve it. Do you want to go to New Mexico? That's a problem. Solve it. Do you want to help that person? That's a problem. Solve it. Do you want to write a song? There, you have a problem. You don't have that song yet. Write it. Do you want to love God, worship God? Well, you have a problem. You want to worship God. How can you do it? Solve that problem. And that's what life is solving problems. It's fixing things. It's making things better. It's doing good. It's doing good. It's having a mind to conceive a good thing before it manifests and then make it come. You don't have a son, but make him come. Make him appear. Go and love somebody and your wife and have a child. You want a house, but you haven't seen it yet. Make that come. Make that come. That's what God does. He brought forth good out of nothing. He spoke it. There's authority in words. He spoke good. And we have been given the godly authority and responsibility of having words. We pervert it. We get on the microphone and cuss and blah, 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 as if that is nothing. And we have no idea the evil that is being manifested in this whole world into the hearts and souls of man. But when you speak these good things, man, when you think of dream these good things and they manifest, that is what life is supposed to look like. That is perfection. That is perfect life. You see, now with God being perfect, perfect doesn't mean mistakes don't happen. That's not what it means. We can try to define it that way, but show me one thing in existence that is like that. You cannot, because such a thing is not. You see, God created this world of existence, right? So nothing goes apart from God. Nothing is out of his grasp. So everything is within his little circle, and if you want it to be defined, you got to find it within his arms, okay? You can't say there's a color called Jagabala. If there's a color called Jagabala, show it to me. But if it doesn't exist, then it doesn't exist. And when you define perfection by your standard, show me it. And if it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. But see, God has defined the word perfection. He is perfect. That word exists because it is something. It is a concept that is true. And the perfection that God is perfection. It is not that problems don't happen. When you create a perfect cup, it doesn't mean it can't be broken. When you create a perfect home, it doesn't mean that there cannot be strife in that home. When you are perfect in being obedient, it doesn't mean that you didn't mess up. Okay? So perfection is a standard that we can look upon. It's hard to find in this world of fallen things. It's hard to find. That's why we all come up with our own twisted concepts of it, and Satan loves to put those in there in our minds to tell us, to prove to us that God doesn't exist, good doesn't exist. Ooh, good's not right, good doesn't exist. Well, what's good? What's good? Gays say this, so what's good? He always wants to break the scale. He wants you to eventually call darkness light and light darkness, and woe to those who call light darkness. So when you see, so that's Satan's agenda. So when you see this perfection of God, you want to know what is this? The perfection of God. God is perfect because He is the God of love. It is love that is perfect. Love is what's perfect. Love is what's perfect. Love. And when you don't have it, you've missed perfection. If you have knowledge of all things and you don't have perfection, I mean, you don't have love, you're not perfect.